Oh my god, I'm hungover. Fuck. Hello, good morning, it's Timothy. Uh, too much drink in my cup. It's not Mountain Dew. Let's just say if you go to a bar and you see cookie dough whiskey and you're like, ooh, dope ball, I could give that a shot. And the bartender passes you a shot and he looks at you and he looks at the shot and he pours you just a little extra and you can't tell if that's him being sweet or if that's him being just a little bit evil. But he passes that shit to me and says, may God please bless your soul. Prayers up for you. And then he walks off. I drank 2 shots of that. And then I also had some of my dates tequila soda. Yeah, we can tell how that's going because I am hardly able to finish a sentence in 45 seconds and counting. Now 53, 54, 55. So bear with me, I'll try to keep this brief. I'm doing good, I'm doing well. I was gonna do something really, really fucked up and evil to embarrass that fucked up guy I was tripping on. You know the one, I've been making videos about him for 2 months. It's like I don't even have to say his name. We know the one. The tall love bomber, son of a bitch, who's ugly. Fuck him. Like, fuck him. But you know what happened, I guess? Let's just say I had an opportunity to meet someone online who I have passively known for years, and they seem to not like simply put, way back when I first met up with Morgan or like first dated Morgan. I don't know. It's like a confusing timeline over the years because like let's just say some point over the last like 3 years of me existing, I had made posts on an old Reddit account of mine just talking about like how my relationship with Morgan was going or other men who I was seeing, flings I was having, and I was just documenting it on my own personal social media. The pages are now deleted, so you can't find it. And even then, I'm probably not going to tell you the usernames. But, yeah, and I met this wonderful guy. Or wonderful as in, like, he wanted to fuck at first, but I think he didn't take the initiative. I don't know, could have been because of age or whatever the fuck. But either way, he just was like, oh, hey, I saw your post about that dude being awful towards you. I'm really sorry to hear that. And we just had conversations here or there, like they'd tell me about their hobbies and their life. I would tell them about mine. We would just check in on each other every once in a while. Nothing sexual, just genuinely checking in and all that. We didn't even trade photos or anything. All he, like, he could tell that I was an attractive lady who got a lot of attention, absolutely. Like, people know that even without needing to see my face. That is a blessing. Which reminds me, I have to. It's so funny. I guess it's a blessing. I'm glad that people like me for my personality and stuff. That's a lot of fun. But he would usually just compliment me on my writing skills and like try to give like little bits of advice here or there, or boost my mood when he could. And he was a nice little friendly fella. So we talked on and off for a few years. Eventually, communication fell off or whatever. And so then we didn't talk for I'd say almost all of 2024, or if we did, I'm pretty sure it ended right around the winter season or whatever. Fuck if I know, fuck if I care. But it's so amusing, I guess. I don't know. I made a new account recently. Funny how the account I made that lets me meeting ugly ass Mitchell, who we now hate fully. Fuck Mitchell, he's so stupid, and I hate his face. His Abraham Lincoln ass. Abraham Lincoln looking ass. I know, hate's a strong word, but I'll put it to you this way. If I were to dare even think to like him, you would get another fucking month of content about him. We should not look a gift horse in the mouth. If me saying, fuck Mitchell, suck a dick, I don't want to think about you anymore works, it works. It stops me from contacting that nigga's family. And I had a fucking mean message drafted up for that group chat. He should be very, very thankful that I am choosing peace. And the reason why is because I made a new Reddit account, posted on a familiar subreddit that I liked, and then I got reached out to by someone, and I recognized their username off the bat, and I was like, holy shit, it's you. Hey, you know it's me. How are you doing? You fucking vanished off the face of the earth a while back. He was like, oh, right, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. How are you doing? And we got back to talking, and it's been pretty good, just like keeping tabs on each other. One thing led to another, and I really don't remember how one thing led to another. I think it just was he was the one who was talking to, it stopped being like, okay, text every like 8 hours or something back. It started being like, I don't know, we were enjoying talking so much that next thing you know, it was like texting every few minutes, like there'd be a reply, nice quick texting. And it started ramping up over the next few days, and I guess at some point, I don't know, we just kind of realized he's single now. I guess, he was in a relationship on and off. That's what he says. I don't know how much to believe him, but whatever. It's in the off stage, and he's looking on moving out. And a part of me is like, bitch, are you trying to have a part two of that time? It's because we all saw what happened last summer when trusted a dude who said, "Oh yeah, I've been out of that relationship for such a long time. I can have you back at my place. We're both moving out this weekend anyway, over the next 2 days." And you want to know what happened? I got hit with not only reality but some tiny, tiny rabbit punches, and I had a black nose for like 2 months. That was not fun, or a little fun, but that was like, it's like I don't think I want to risk around two of that in hindsight. But holy shit, dude, like, I'm in a good mood because I don't know, one thing led to another. We both, I guess, also because enough time had passed. He was like, also, by the way, like, can I know how you look like? Just because I've always been curious over these years, and I sent him a Dropbox folder full of like, videos and photos of me. So, because I sure I could send a photo, but I like to show off my personality, voice, and angles and stuff. And then I showed him that, and he was like, holy fucking shit, you're stuck. Wow. He was like, god damn, I cannot stop thinking about that video of you in the pink dress. That's always it. Men love that video, holy shit. But he was really like off the bat like, holy shit, she's a lot more stunning than I realized. It's like, yeah, there's a reason. Like, when I really glam it up, it's like crazy. I'm not saying that to suck my own dick. It's just something that I've gotten used to, or not exactly. I still blush at a compliment, but I'm also still aware that it's like, I'm the baddest bitch. I hate to say it. I love to say it. I am the baddest bitch. I'm taking a little. Let me speed this up. And he showed his photos. How did he look? Photos. Whatever. He eventually asked me what my type was. I said, from what I've noticed, white twinks with fat asses. And then he was like, I don't think I'm a twink. I'm more of a seal in my body shape. And I was like, yeah, but that's perfectly nice. That's perfectly good. Um, I don't know. Something about their face just did not translate well over in the photos they sent me. But men never know how to take fucking photos. Like, men taking good photos is such an anomaly, really. If a man does take good photos, he's usually a psychopath or a narcissist. Okay, excluding like one. Okay, or they're a professional photographer. Or like one. Only I've known like maybe three men who have taken photos of me that were good. And it's like two of them are fucking psychotic. One of them was obviously the dude who lets me getting punched in the face last summer. And then the third one, he's okay. He's not a psychopath. He just really has an eye for detail. As I was saying, yeah, but we talked for a bit this week on and off. It helped. And I also was very upfront about like how I'm going through a really severe process of my emotions. And I talked more about the things that happened between me and Mitchell. And he straight up was like, damn, that happened all so fast. Like, if it wasn't just, it sounds like it wasn't just surface level shit at all. It sounds like it was actually a meaningful connection that you would have expected to go on for longer, right? I'm really sorry that happened. That's a damn shame. Because, hell, like, even though it was a short amount of time, even if that happened over the duration of a longer time, that would still be a lot. I'm really sorry. But he did say, hey, at least you got to meet him, and now at least you know what you want out of your future lovers, right? Yeah, I don't like that, though. Um, and then I really don't remember how sex ended up being brought into conversation. But you want to know what's fun is that, let's just say one thing led to another, and then next thing you know, me and the guy off Reddit ended up deciding to meet. I was like, fuck it. Like, he was like, hey, if you want, we can go, like, shopping and, like, see what's going down at that mall that you'd like, that you know is closing. For context, I fucking hate Bloomingdale's in the city. I have always hated that fucking place. They always have the shittiest fucking workers. People are disrespectful as hell. I hate those motherfuckers. And I was so happy when I heard they were closing, even if that means turmoil for the city retail environment, but it means blessings for my ability to ball out, because it's like, yes, fine jewelry is gonna be on a 60% or 70% discount. Fuck yes, my nigga. So, me and, what happened next? Do I want to say the full story, uncut, uncensored, all of it? I could. Let's just say a few things. I got to meet up with him. He's actually a lot more attractive in person. He doesn't know how to take photos, but it's like, oh, he has a very sexy beard and some very nice warm brown eyes, and it's very. I like how he looks. He's a cute fella. He has a septum piercing, and he has the alt look, and I like that. Aside from that, yeah, we had good conversation. Like the second I showed up, like we were already hitting it off really well. We got to walk around a bit. He got me some nice Korean like fried chicken baos from this nice little Korean spot. We went to a movie theater. I got to watch the movie One of Them Days. It was so good that like holy shit, that movie is hysterical. If you want to see a movie, go watch One of Them Days. It's a good movie. It's a fucking great movie. It's fun, it's campy, it's kitschy, it's sexy, and it's a fucking blast. Like you love it. It's kind of like if someone made Friday, but made it about like one ambitious black girl and her fuck boy loving friend, and it's a great narrative. I truly love it. And let's just say one thing led to another, and I'm getting my titties sucked in the movie theater and making out, and other things happened. I'm not gonna say all of them, but it got freaky. It was nice. Also, he did this thing out of nowhere because towards the end of the movie, like I don't know, the movie was generally good. So at some points, I had to be like, hey, hey, let's stop getting sexy. This movie, like, we had to laugh our asses off. It's a great fucking film. But at some point, kind of out of nowhere, he takes his two fingers and just kind of shoves them down his throat, and he can deep throat far as fuck. Mind you, I am a biological woman, assigned female at birth. I don't have a dick. But my clit jumped like fucking hell, as if it was like, you see that? You can have fun with him if you ever transition. That shit went very far. That was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, but we wrapped up the movie. We had a good time. We left the movie theater. We walked around a bit, and then we were like, hey, you know what? We should go out and like check out that the local malls and stuff. And we went there. We tried on a bunch of like cute shoes and jewelry with each other and just had a blast. And there was one specific necklace that I found at one of the other local malls, and I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. It was like $100 or something. And I forgot to mention this sooner. My date, I'm not gonna say his name for now for anonymity purpose. You get what I'm trying to say. You for reasons. But he's cool. He already sent me like $100 just to get this necklace off of Etsy. I wanted no strings attached, just because he was feeling gifty. And I didn't know before we met what his job was. I was just trying to meet for the sake of vibes and titty sucking. But you know what? I guess he happens to be. I'll put it this way: something about my area and me. It's like all the dudes who have like 7-inch dicks and really soft tongues and a love for pleasing women in bed and a lot of money. They just really like me. It's like Jesus Christ, how many white tech boys with big dicks am I going to attract? Nice. I'm not complaining. It's just like at some point, it's like this seems like a lot of luck to have. Like, what did I do in a past life? Did I sacrifice myself for the good of a nation or something in a past life? And so I got reincarnated into like a really, really, really hot lady who just keeps getting balled out on? Maybe. If so. But then again, my love life has been also amusingly and comically shit at times, so I wouldn't be shocked if, like, let's say I did do some good in the past life. Let's say it was a bad nation. Like, I sacrificed myself for the good of my people, but I was building, like, a terrible, terrible nation. So God's like, okay, girl, you're gonna keep being a magnet to love that it's not good for you and your new life, because fuck you. That would be some sort of interesting karmic retribution, I guess. I'm just talking just to talk, by the way. This is just a freeform video just to update about my life. Oh my god, my head is throbbing. Oh, but we went into a store and we tried on a bunch of jewelry, and I found this necklace I really liked. And I hadn't spent the money on the necklace I want from Etsy yet, because the one I want on Etsy is this like huge, like Zaza Gabor, Sophia Loren type necklace, like extremely extravagant. But the necklace I saw in the store, it was this extremely beautiful, dainty, kind of like snowflake or cross looking type necklace that was made of like really high quality cubic zirconia, and it had a high price tag, but it was fucking. Ooh, like let's just say we walked past the diamond section and the diamonds were not hidden. Or some of them were not. But this fucking cubic zirconia necklace was so gorgeous, I could not take my eyes off it. And the lady, she was like, go try it on. Here, go try it on the reflection in the mirror. And I tried it on. And my date, he's like, do you wanna, do you think you'll get it? And I said, I don't know, I'm still really torn. Like the mall's closing soon. So I know I gotta think fast. But I think I might want to save my money to get the other necklace and not this one, so that then I can make sure that like I'll put it this way, it's like the dilemma of like, do you want to spend $100 on a necklace that could be like extremely gorgeous and like extremely huge gemstones in it and high quality, or do you want to buy this dainty sweet one, which is not quite as vavavoom but still really pulls you in? And then the risk of, hey, what if you did buy that necklace and you waited for like the entire month until like the middle of March just to get it, just for it to not nearly be as sparkly as the necklace I saw at that mall, like the smaller one. So I was in a pickle. But I was being chill about it. I was just trying it on, and I thought to myself, hey, worst case scenario, I can record a video in it and maybe come for it later if it's still going to be here. But he surprised me. He gently came up behind me and said, do you want me to buy it for you? And I said, oh, would you like to? Really? And he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And, well, let's just say I have an extremely beautiful necklace now. Oh, sorry. God damn it. There we go. Yeah. It's very beautiful, very dainty, very classy. And I like that you can tighten it to make it look like a choker or have it hang down low. It's very sweet. I'm so grateful that he got it for me. It's, see how nice that is? I'm so glad I got it. And the lady at the register was so sweet. She was making me blush up a fucking storm, dude. She was so adorable. She was like, "Ooh, you so cute. You look like you need to be a actor or model." And I was blushing, and she kind of reacted to me blushing as if it was performative or if it was like, "We get it. I already said you're cute. Stop being cuter," type shit. But she really was like, "See, even that's cute. You should." She looked like someone that needs to be in a movie with a fancy necklace and big long dress. And I was like, "Oh shit." And my date was like hyping it up too. He was like, hell yeah, she should be a model. She should get back into modeling. And like, she really could be an actor. I could see her in the movies. And the lady at this was like, I see a lot of movies. I see a lot of movies. She should be in movies. She would be great in movies. And I was blushing my ass off, and it's like, stop. You're making I was blushing for like a following like 10 or 20 minutes after that. It was so sweet. And then afterwards, we were like, hey, let's keep the fun vibes going because the mall has to close up eventually. But we did have a fun time there trying on jewelry and like just exploring. And yeah, I'm sure we got food again at some point. I'm forgetting what we ate. It doesn't. Oh wait, no, this is what happened. Eventually, I took him to my favorite bar to go to for comedy. I love that spot because the bartender is always nice. And this is where, like, they said they don't drink. But at this moment, they were like, if she's going to drink, I'll drink. He got himself a really good tequila soda. I got myself a cookie dough whiskey. I mean, a cookie dough, yeah, a cookie dough whiskey. That shit was like the weirdest mix of ass and delicious ever. It was like tasty perfume that, like, 1 second it doesn't burn, the next second it burns on the next sip. It was very inconsistent and strange. It was like a wonderful elixir though, because that shit hit hard as hell, and I had a blast. I saw some comedians there who fucking like it's so funny how in the comedy scene some bitches hate me for no reason, some bitches love me. They're weird, but fuck them. But it was so funny to be able to just be like, look at me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I had on a very kind of skimpy outfit because I was trying to get my freak on that day with my date, but things didn't quite go to plan, so we just were like, hey, let's keep the hangout going because you know what, fuck it, socializing is great. And we both weren't looking for a relationship, obviously, but we both weren't looking for just sex. So, but then again, it was super hot in the mall when we were at the mall, so he was like, oh, do you want to just wear my flannel and then I like take your pea coat and hold it for you? And that was really sweet of him. He did great. We got drinks in our system. The comedy, from what I recall, was really fucking fun. It was a blast. Definitely got way too wasted at some point. But me and him had a great time, and he was fun. I go to comedy shows with people who don't clap or don't say shit, and it's like, why are you even here? Like, bring your energy, nigga. It's interactive performing arts. You gotta. But my date was like hella like loud clapping along with me. I was saying "ow," he was saying "woo." He was whistling and shit, making people feel hyped up on stage. Sometimes he said jokes better than the comedians. Like a comedian got on stage and said, and they didn't really. Oh, the host was so fucking annoying. She did. I don't know how she feels about me, but I don't really care because she's a stupid fucking bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't like that bitch. But anyway, sorry, I'm keeping it clean this video. She went to motherfucking. She kept going on stage and she made a running gag of, there are way too many women of the night in here. And we call them women of the night because they are just women here tonight. We do not get women here. And she kept saying almost anytime a female comic was going to go up, she was like, there are way too many women in here. My date was funny as fuck because he just says hella loud, Wait, no, I can't say the joke or else it's gonna expose the spot that I like to go to. For it's a very identifiable spot. Let's just say he had a very funny joke about oysters, and no one laughed but like me and another guy, and I lost my fucking shit at that. It was a very clever joke. I'm not gonna repeat it. Well, I'm sure I could, because I'm sure you could be like, oysters, comedy, and you would find something. Well, fuck you. Okay. Well, shut up. Okay, now I just gave you permission to. Well, fuck you. I don't go there that often, so even if you went there, you probably would not find me and be able to stalk me. I don't give a fuck. But he said he kept having funny ass quips all night, and he was humorous, and we had a blast. And at some point, we did get way too wasted, but it was great. Oh, I just remembered something, and I'm debating on if it pisses me off or not. At some point, he did start talking to like some of the other comedians, and he was talking to this one comedian. I don't think he remembered that she's a lesbian. But then again, he could have also just been making conversation for the sake of conversation. I don't judge him. And yeah, it was fun. Got to have drunken conversation with a few comedians. He was really hitting it off with a bunch of people. And eventually he was like, I was like, ooh, do you want to grab some food and stuff? It is kind of late, but still kind of early if you want to hang out. He was like, holy shit, it's only like 10:45. Hell yeah, let's do something. And so he decided, ooh, I know this great spot. And he took me to this spot called Grub Steak that he really loves for some reason. It's a cute little hand painted wall type of diner environment. And it was wonderful. And we went there, and he was like, I don't drink, but the reason I haven't in ages is because I just don't want to do it alone. And haven't had anyone to feel truly safe or whatever. He said one of those things. Well, okay, let me not pretend he fully said that. All I know is he said something that I could tell was a sweet comment in my direction, but I was way too drunk to process it. So I'm just filling in the blanks here. But he was smiling from ear to ear, and I was, and we were having a great time just making silly drunken conversation. And we decided with our drunk asses to split a burger together because he wasn't that hungry, and I was hungry, but I was like, hey, let's split it for him. Even though, like, just, I don't know. I like how we were so drunk we forgot about the concept of leftovers or whatever. But I also had buffalo wings at home to finish off, so I was like, hey, I could do it. Me and him, yeah. One thing led to another, and like we had a fun time at dinner. And towards the end of it, he was like, I guess just to be sweet. Plus, I think he knows me as a person. I don't know how he knows me as like some things did not get discussed or addressed. But I like men who know the vibe of Tamia seems great. She deserves beautiful, sparkly jewelry and a lot of food. So at the end of the day, he was like, is there anything that you'd like here that I could possibly get you that you'd like to take home with you? And my drunk ass, I kind of said it like halfway as a joke, but I also halfway meant it. I was also just trying my luck. And I was like, another order of fries would be good. Or actually, like, honestly, I did love the burger. I wish I could have another one to take home and some fries if you're down. And and then I was like, fuck it, go hard. I'm gonna say all I want, and it's up to him if he wants it, like some deal or no deal type shit. I remember I specifically was like, I'd like a cheeseburger and some fries and maybe a slice of pumpkin pie if you could do that. And I don't quite remember, like, I was drunk, and when I'm drunk, I don't give a fuck about. You will see me have my gayest moments or my most like, pardon me, are you bawling moments, and just like be unapologetically flirty or a little abrasive when I am drunk. Because why not? And I don't remember how long his stare was or whatever. I don't think he stared at me with like malice or hatred, more just like a like a huh. And I said, I'm just saying, like, if you were a magical genie and I rubbed your lamp, and if you were like, what would you wish to have right now to take home with you? That's what my order of what I would say. You don't have to get all of it. I'm just saying that's what I would like because you asked. It's up to you on if you will do it or not. And he rose to the challenge. He was like, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. He was like, yeah, I'll get that for you. And I was like, oh shit, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, yay. And he really liked me. He could not stop calling me pretty, and he liked all my mannerisms and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I liked it. And yeah, and then the fucking asshole waiter was like, "We don't have pumpkin pie. Why you say we have pumpkin pie?" He was not Chinese, by the way. I know you might think that from the accent. I think he was some sort of Italian. Multiple people can just speak in broken English, by the way, you fucking racist. Stop assuming things. But what I was gonna say, and sorry if that was problematic to say. No, I'm not. I'm a little sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry enough. Anyway, no, I'm not. What was I gonna say? I'm hungover. But the asshole, he was like, "Why you think we got pumpkin pie?" And I pointed to the wall literally behind him. I said, "Oh, cause the dessert menu wall behind you says pumpkin pie." And he says, "That not our menu. That is not our menu." And I said, "Okay, then can I have your menu?" And then he got huffy, but he did pass me the menu. And I said, "Then I will take a peach pie a la mode with ice cream." Yeah, and I vaguely remember my date's reaction, but I can't put a finger on it. But he was just like, "All right, fuck it," and we got that. And I let's just say there's a huge bag of food that I have not touched that I will eventually get my ass off this floor to get. Oh my god! Let's just say that cookie dough whiskey. I see why that bartender prayed for me in advance. He was so sweet. Though he went heavy handed on the shots of the most fucked up alcohol you can ever have ever. I had plenty of water, that still didn't help. Oh my god, this video is 25 minutes long. I meant for it to be like 6 minutes. But whatever. I had a great time. And yes, I did we split some of the pie. It wasn't the best quality pie, but it did have this interesting like sugar brown crust on the top. But it was weird. It I don't know how to describe the topping of the pie. It felt more like a skin layer and not like a crust. It was weird. My date only had one bite. Plus they served it to us cold. Uh they did pack up the ice cream to go, which was funny. I drank that shit like a milkshake in the middle of the night because I totally forgot about it. Um how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. And like let's just say, we drank some water, talked a bit more, and got packed up, ready to go. And in the Uber ride, like I was gonna call myself an Uber because I forgot to mention, my date also sent me money in advance because I was like, oh, I don't really have the funds for transportation at the moment, and he just straight up cash out for me like $50 so I could get myself into the city in the first place, whether it was like bus, BART, Lyft, any of that. We had a ball. And I guess to be extra sweet, he was like, "Oh, how about this? Instead of calling your own ride, do you want me to just like add you to mine? It's no big deal." And I was like, "Oh, sure, that's really sweet, thank you." And one thing led to another. And let's just say round two happened in the back of a Lyft car, and the driver didn't seem to give a fuck at all. Like he did not give a fuck. But we were quiet about it. Let's just say, holy shit, my date knows how to suck a titty. And nothing else happened, though. Nothing else happened. We only got away with it because two drunken people, a pea coat, lots of quiet, and a very attentive on the road driver. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do things like that. We were like, that's like, how do I put this? I don't encourage that behavior. If anything, I'm shocked we got away with it, and I feel embarrassed even bringing it up. But it's like, did it feel good? Yeah. Was it lit? Yeah. Did anyone get harmed? No. So we'll survive. We'll try to. But we did talk about it later. We were like, yeah, we probably should have just gotten a Waymo. But then again, in Waymos, it's like they do record you, and you might get banned from the app entirely. And they do have someone who watches you who will announce on a speaker, "Please get back into your seats." So then again, I don't know. Just two dumbass people who were horny. All I'm gonna say. And yeah, that was fun. And we were supposed to meet again today, but we might just schedule it for another time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the reason we didn't, let's just say any movie theater shenanigans we were going to get up to because we were just feeling like it had to be paused because he didn't tell me in advance that he had a cat. And so even if it was something as simple as like holding his arm or like, being snuggled up against him in the movie theater, let's just say my nose was running like motherfucking Niagara Falls. So he just was like, maybe we could meet next weekend instead. And I can clean my entire place, and then you won't have to worry about the risk of like a total sneeze attack or suffering like hell if you come over. And that seems nice. He seems like a genuinely nice dude. I enjoy it a lot. Oh, a lot of fun. And if you're wondering, hey, where's it gonna go? I'll put it to you this way. It's better that we don't think about it. Even though I know you're like, well, didn't you and Mitchell fuck up because you explicitly didn't know where it was going? Not exactly. The reason we fucked up, me and Mitchell, who I don't like saying the name of, I think he's going to become another guy who's just going to be referred to as the Christmas Fling because his name genuinely makes my stomach turn now. He's a disgusting individual. He's lucky I met this guy, and that my current date has so far satiated any urge for revenge because now I'm just experiencing peace. And that makes me feel happy. It's like I have a new friend now, and it feels good. And this time, it's like I feel like I'm doing everything right. I'm not looking at it too seriously. I just see it as like this is a guy who really likes me. And hey, I'm gonna. Oh, I forgot to mention he did get more handsome as the night went on. Not just because I was drunk. Like no, even drunk or not, it was just like I noticed that it's like oh shit, he works out. He has really good biceps. I like a man with strong arms and strong shoulders. Oh shit, he has a nice ass. Because I guess as we were walking, my hand slipped there and got a nice squeeze. It's firm, juicy. I like it. And he actually has a very nice jawline. His beard's nice. He has very beautiful, warm eyes. His eye shape's cute, and I like his little smile. Plus, what can I say? He knows how to work that tongue, and he likes to get me things. Of course, I'm gonna like a man like that. He has a cool old style, and I didn't know he had tattoos, but after he gave me his flannel, and I remember I just kind of looked down at his arm because I didn't realize up until after he gave that point when we were sitting at the comedy show that he had tattoos on his arm, and he had really cool ones, like cool metallic ones and snakes and like some that I wouldn't say were tribal, but just like I don't know, tribal adjacent looking ones. They were cool, and if I think tattoos are hot and piercings are hot, and he has both. Amen. Also, he's bi-curious, mildly bisexual. He's made out with men before. I get along very well with bisexual men. Hell yeah. I'm just saying. Yes. But anything else? Oh, I remember something funny happened at dinner. I remember this. He did mention like I don't know, the topic of nut job stuff came up. I forget how it did, but I think a comedian said a joke on stage earlier in the evening. They were like, "Who here is a crazy motherfucker, like a crazy ass bitch?" And I raised my hand, and I guess it came up in conversation. And mind you, even though me and this dude have been talking on and off for like 2 years, that doesn't mean he knows every single psychotic thing I've ever done. He's probably heard me say some shit. Like, he's definitely seen those posts I made when I was feeling mentally unstable and thinking about killing my ex boyfriend Morgan. He's definitely seen me talk about suicidal thoughts and like self harm behaviors or adjacent behaviors. Depends on how you see it. And plenty of other nut job shit, but that doesn't mean he was seeing like every single detail. He didn't get the full story of like what truly makes Tamia say she's a nut job. And when he asked, I was like, that's more of a second date, actually maybe even a third date topic. I want to be happy tonight. He said, "Oh, you won't tell me?" I said, "No, I want to be here. Let's keep ourselves in a good mood." It's like that's one of those things where it's like you don't need to know that, especially because it's like if I'm not going to seriously date you, you don't need to know that. And even if I am going to seriously date you, you probably still don't need to know that. I'll tell you what you think you need to know. Because trust me, I had a relationship with my ex Liam for a year straight. And to this day, he hasn't heard every single nut jobby thing I've done. I remember at some point I asked him because I felt guilt. I was like, "Hey, do you want to hear about like bad things I've went through? Because I don't know, I've done not so good things and over love and romance and crashed out. And would you like to ever know that type of stuff? I feel like it's a big part of me that you might be missing out on knowing, and I would hate for you to like not know and be at risk of like it happening to you or something." And he was like, "No, I don't need to know that." And I said, "Oh, are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah, because I love you. I don't care. Like whatever you did in the past, it's in the past. As long as I like you right now, that's all that matters." And to this day, Liam is one of the healthiest, most peaceful relationships I've had. Like he can like